Hello and welcome to another episode of 52 Weeks 50 Scientists. This one is a bit more special, because I'm going to use the system that Canva has provided me. So today we start with Pisa, Tuscany, Italy. And Pisa, Tuscany, Italy is the birthplace of our guy Galileo Galilei. Also, he's the father of modern science, physics, observational astronomy, scientific method, you name it. I think. You name it. That's a pretty big achievement. And speaking of the topics he studied, those are relativity, pendulums, gravity, velocity, telescopes, thermoscopes, free fall inertia, projectile motion, Venus, Jupiter, etc. That's a lot. Now, speaking about his early life, he was born to two people. Most people are. He was born in the town of Pisa, as already mentioned, to a lutenist. Now, name of that lutenist was, to stretch my tongue, of course, Vincenzo Galilei, a lutenist composer and music theorist in Giuliano. That's hard to pronounce. Anyways, he studied at the University of Pisa, where he made the breakthroughs of the modern day that we all know and love. In 1581, when he was studying medicine, he noticed a swinging chandelier, tongue tongue, which air current shifted about to swing in larger and smaller arcs. To him, it seemed by comparison with his heartbeat that the chandelier took the same amount of time to swing back and forth. No matter how far it was swinging, when he returned home, he set up two pendulums, like of equal length, and swung one with a large sweep and the other with a small sweep, and then he found that the both were keeping time together. It was not until Christian Huygens observed this and created the first modern timepiece, that is the clock. He created a thermoscope, a forerunner of the thermometer, and in 1586 he published a small book on the design of a hydrostatic balance he had invented, which brought him to the attention. And we don't know about him for the thermoscope these days, but like these are the small discoveries that matter. Tycho Brahe and others had observed the supernova of 1572. Ottavio Brenzoni's letter of January 1605 to Galileo brought the 1572 supernova and the less bright nova of 1601 to Galileo's notice. Galileo observed and discussed Kepler's supernova in 1604. Since these new stars displayed no detectable diurnal parallax, Galileo concluded that they were distant stars and therefore disproved the Aristotelian beliefs in the immutability of the humans. He based on early telescopes. Galileo Galilei developed a 3x and later a 30x telescope, and he was to make something that was functional for astronomers. See, the original telescope was an over-glorified binoculars. Also, he found Jupiter's moon, and one of them is Galilee. That is pretty cool. He also discovered the various phases of the planet Venus. Cardinal Benjamin had written to him that the Copernican system could not be defended without a true physical demonstration that the sun does not circle the earth, but the earth circles the sun. Galileo considered his theory of the tides to provide such evidence. In 1619, Galileo became embroiled in a controversy with Father Orazio Grassi, professor of mathematics at the Jesuit Collegio Romano. It began as a dispute over the nature of comets, but by the time Galileo had published the Assai Il Saggiatore in 1623, his last salvo in the dispute, it had become a much wider controversy over the nature of science itself. The title page of the book describes Galileo as philosopher and matematico primario of the Grande Duke of Tuscany. At the time of Galileo's conflict with the church, the majority of educated people subscribed to the Aristotelian geocentric view that the earth is the center of the universe and the orbit of all heavenly bodies, so Tycho Brahe's new system, which blended geocentrism with heliocentrism. Opposition to heliocentrism in Galileo's writings on it combined religious and scientific objections. Religious opposition to heliocentrism arose from biblical passages implying the fixed nature of the earth. Scientific opposition came from Brahe, who argued that if heliocentrism were true, an annual stellar parallax should be observed, though none was there at the time. Later, it was found that There was a parallax, but it was a bit hard to spot. Anyways, he was sent into house arrest after being condemned for apparent heresy. Galileo continued to receive visitors until 1642, when, after suffering fever and heart palpitations, he died on the 8th of January 1642, aged 77. Galileo made some original contributions to the science of motion through an innovative combination of experiment and mathematics. He truly was a legend. And that's it for the wrap up. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll meet you in the next one.